Albany State decided on Double Labs when we first looked at the app that we currently have. It does not provide a one-stop shop for students. It was not connected to Banner nor D2L, and we don't have a institutional portal. So we were looking for that one-stop shop for students to be able to click on one thing and be able to go to everything that they needed to see at the institution: Banner, D2L, news and events, the calendar events, sports, and things of that sort. So in doing the research, I researched mobile apps for institutions. Double Apps came up, Straxis, which is the app that we currently have, came up, and also Blackboard with Ellucian came up as well. Looking at Blackboard with Ellucian, we found out that it would not connect to D2L at the time when I was looking at it. So that wasn't going to help us none. When looking at Double Labs mobile app, I came to one of the conferences and saw a quick demo of what they had. Then I contacted them and got a demo for what they were offering. And they showed the bells and whistles. And the other thing that I was looking for is that if I'm not there as a tech person to be able to edit the app or add features into the app, that somebody with no technical background could be able to do so. And Double Labs did that. In the drop and drag features in the back end of the app, they can easily change the app. It's a drag and drop type feature. It doesn't require teaching them HTML5 or Java. They can easily drop and drag to manipulate how the app actually looks. And so with the customer service as well, the project plan that was given by Double Lab of how the project would actually work, that made my final decision in selecting that we would go along with Double Labs for our mobile app. After talking to a number of the other universities throughout the project, some things did change throughout the project. What changed was the connection of D2L and Banner. We really thought it was just going to be an iframe where students would be able to log in and connect to D2L, or there'd be a login to Banner via an iframe. But then we saw that there was a feature where we could have the students log in one time and be able to access their holds, access the announcements in the class, the discussions, and the grades. That was one feature that changed throughout the development of the app. November 7th is our official launch date for the app across campus. We're going to do a launch party with SGA, where we're going to set up a table in the student center where students go to eat lunch between the hours of 11:30 and 2:30. We know that students are coming in and out to eat lunch, so we're going to set up a table there with a couple of mobile devices showing them how the apps actually work, and we're actually going to set up with them and help them upload the apps to their phones as well, and walk them through the different features and give them a little what I call a 5-point card, which is going to have 5 different features that we have from the mobile app as well. I think the biggest benefit that our students are going to get out of the app is the one-stop shop, where they can access Banner, D2L. There's also a Facebook link to get to our Facebook. There's a Flickr link to get to our Flickr. There's also a link for them to check their emails. With that one-stop shop app, they'll be able to get to everything that they need to without searching through a website or clicking or remembering different links as well. My favorite piece of the app is in the functionality is being able to click on the course, and once you click on the course, it tells you the building. And if I was a student that had just come to the institution, never did a tour, but I started as a freshman, I can click on the course and click on the building. At the very top, there's a map icon, and the map will come up and show me exactly where the building is. The map feature of the app is, I could say, one of the number one things other than the functionality and ease of usage. My equation for this app is functionality plus ease of use equals engagement. So that if the students are looking at the functionality that it actually functions, it works, and it's easy for the students to use, it's going to engage the students to be engaged in what's happening in their class, number one, and number two, what's happening on campus. When releasing software or software applications throughout campus or releasing any type of technology, the question after the release is always what's next. Because if we don't ask that question after the launch of an application, we tend to launch the application, use it for a while, and then nothing happens. And it gets deserted. So throughout the mobile app, that is my question of what's next. And I believe that's why we're going to do the post survey for our students to see what they would like to see next. What's going to happen to this app next? And with the consolidation coming down the line, I know that there's going to be a whole lot more we're going to be able to add to the app. I know one off the top of my head would just be a more detailed map. Even though the map is my number one thing that I like of the app, now we're going to have an East Campus and a West Campus. So now we have to actually put in the East Campus and West Campus map and point out that this actual class is on the East Campus versus the West Campus. So I know that that's going to be a feature that we're going to push out. Another feature that I learned from the Double Labs user conference is the course catalog option. We are becoming a user of CourseLeaf as well. One of the other institutions is using CourseLeaf, and they were talking about connecting to the CourseLeaf for the course catalog, and I can see us doing that in the near future as well. One thing that I learned from the conference was the multi-role feature that I believe that's going to be very important to our institution. As we continue to grow, our alumni are going to want to know what's going on campus. Our institution now, our president is looking a lot at community involvement. How we get our community involved. In our app, is the multi-role experience will include the visitors in the community, where we can give the community something to look at of what's happening on campus. What are we doing next? How's the consolidation working? What can they come onto campus for free to engage them in what we have on campus and bring them to campus? The dining hall piece of the app, it would be very helpful for our community, as they can come on campus to the caf to eat. They can come to Chick-fil-A, Pizza Hut, or Subway. In that dining hall app, it shows that those things are open, what's available, what's their times. I think that'll be very helpful to our community as well. With our institution in Southwest Georgia, we will want our community involvement, not only just for them to support the institution coming on campus, but once the institution is being seen by the community that they're doing something to help the community, the community can then help the institution. And we're looking for those donations. We're looking for those people to give back, be it financially, be it volunteer, or be it just to be there for support when we need somebody to go to the border regions to voice their opinion about what Albany State is doing for Southwest Georgia. From looking at the other institutions and from the Double Lab User Conference, seeing what the other institutions have already done, I feel confident that these other things are going to be really, really good for Double Labs, number one, but also for our institution. And I believe that they can handle it. I haven't seen anything that we've brought across Double Labs yet that they've said, no, we can't do it. They've actually worked, their technicians have worked to find a way to make it happen. Look more at what you need more than what you want. What's needed for the institution? What's needed for the user experience? How would you better satisfy or better engage your users that's going to be using the app? And also know who's going to be your audience. Is it the faculty, staff? Is it the students? Is the alumni? Is it the parents? Or is it a visitor? Is it a future student? Or are you going to engage all of those? Or if you are going to engage all of those, you may have to have a hierarchy of what the needs are for all of those users, and then pinpoint what would be needed in the app for all those users.